Hi, this is a brief demonstration video to introduce our new MYSITE custom donation form wizard that makes it really easy to create a donation form that looks and feels just like your own website in 5 minutes or less. So first of all, enter into your IsraelGives account using your charity number and your password. Then you'll see on the left side that there's a new menu item called MYSITE Custom Donation Form. Click on that and then click on Create a New Donation Form. You'll then get into this page that has before you 4 steps. 4 steps to create your donation form. The first thing you need to do is choose a name for your form. Let's say the name I want to select is Great Times, because that's the name of my organization. I'll click Verify Availability just to make sure that the page name is available, and it is. I get the message in green. The next question that I'm asked is this donation form going to be a general donation form or a donation form for one of my specific projects? If I want all donations on my donation form to go to one specific project, then I'll select the second choice, and then it will drop down a list of all the projects that I've added to my IsraelGives account. That's what you could do through the Your Projects and Allocation sections. But if I just want the ability to donate to my organization, not to just a specific project, then I'll click a general donation form. If I pick that first option, then I can still allow my donors to allocate their donations to a particular project, and that's the third question here. Whether or not to add a drop-down list of projects so that donors can allocate their donation to a specific project on this general donation form. I'm going to put yes there, and then click Next. I'll get a little message, and then it'll bring me to step 2 of the process. Step 2 of the process has a number of different options. The first option is, what currencies would I like in my donation form? I can select all the currencies that my organization has been approved to receive. So if you've been approved to receive US dollars, Canadian dollars, and pound sterling, all tax deductible through IsraelGives, then you can select all those currencies in addition to all of the 17 currencies that we support on our system. So let's say I want all currencies, I can click Select All, or I could just select one by one the currencies that I want to add to my donation form. In this case, I'll select all. Then I could select the frequencies I'd like in my donation form. We have one-time, recurring monthly donation, and recurring yearly donation. In my case, I think one-time and monthly will be sufficient for me. The next question is, who would you like to receive notifications of the donations that you've made? Let's say I want my accountant to know every time a donation is made, and I want my CEO to know. Then I'll write their emails here. Let's say it's accountant@gmail.com. And I'll separate it by a semicolon. And then CEO@gmail.com. I can put as many email addresses as I want, and the donation confirmation that's going to be sent to the donor will also be sent to my accountant and CEO. The next is the honoree e-card. As you know, in the IsraelGives systems, donors can make donations in the name of or honor of somebody. So for example, if my friend's celebrating a birthday and I want to make a donation in his honor, I can set up an e-card to be sent to the honoree so that he knows that I made a donation in his honor. What you see before you today is basically the template of the e-card that will be sent to this honoree. So for example, where it says Dear 0 in brackets, that's where we'll say the honoree's name. Let's say my friend's name is Jim, who's celebrating his birthday. It will say Dear Jim, and then merge in all the information that he will submit through the donation form. Now we give you the ability basically to merge in your personal message. Jim doesn't necessarily know you because it was the donor who made a donation to your organization, so you might want to put some personal information here. This is what our organization does. We're great. Visit our website today. And so on and so forth. And then you could sign it perhaps with your CEO's name, John Smith, CEO, organization. Now notice here that you have 2 tabs, English and Hebrew. And that's because you can create this template for your honoree letter in English and in Hebrew. Just click on the Hebrew tab and you'll go to the Hebrew section where you could merge in the text that you want and go back to the English to edit the English text that you want. Now with this little wizard here, you can control the fonts, you can control the styles of the text that appears here, and using this little bracket, you can go into the code itself if you're familiar with HTML and just edit the text itself if you want to perfect the formatting of this letter. When you're done, you click on Next. The third stage of the wizard is suggested sums. And these are the suggested donation sums that you'll offer your donors to make. Suggested donation sums are great for psychologically encouraging your donors to donate more than they might have otherwise donated. People tend to choose one of the sums in the middle there. So if my suggested sums are 20, 50, 150, and 1,000, chances are my average donation sum will be in the range of 100 shekels because people see the sums and are influenced by them. Now you can choose whatever sums you want to appear on your donation page. And notice that we have different sums for English as for Hebrew. And that's because sometimes English speakers will be majority Americans, and you might want to offer them sums that appeal to them, like $18, $36, $180. Whereas Hebrew is mostly for Israelis, and you can choose sums that you think would be appropriate for them. If you want to add a sum, just click on the correct tab and then enter the particular sum that you want to add. Oh, it gave me an error that I already have 100 shekels, so I can't add 100 shekels. Let's say I want to add 2,000 shekels as an additional sum. All right, 2,000, click Add Sum, and then we'll add it to my list. Let's say I don't need 50. I'll click on the trash icon, and it will remove 50 from my list. When I'm done, I see I have different sums now from Hebrew and English. My English is perfect, let's say. When I'm done, I'll click Next and go on to the last step. The last step is the design and content. The design and content of the donation page itself. Notice here again you have different tabs for English and Hebrew, and that's because we allow you to create a form in English and a form in Hebrew. Let's start in English. The first thing that I need to do is to upload my logo or the banner that will appear at the very top of my page. Let's say in this case I just want to put my logo at the very top of my donation page. So I'm going to select the file from my desktop and then it pulls it up. You can't really see it here because it's all in white, but it's there. And then I want to put a background image for my donation form. So I'm going to select the background image that I've already prepared. You have the option between choosing a background image or a background color. A background image is basically an image that will appear behind your donation form. Whereas if you like, you could just make it a color. Let's say you want a gray background to your donation page. Instead of uploading a background image, you'll just pick one of these colors. In my case, though, I don't want that. I want an actual image to appear behind my donation form. Here is where you're going to put the content that will appear on the left side of the page. Here you have some dummy text that you can use to base it on, that you can use to base your text on. But basically you're going to control the text that you want to appear on the left side of the page. Similarly, you scroll down, click the English tab, and you can control the text that will appear on the right side of the page. In 1 second I'll show you how the donation page looks, and then you'll understand how this appears visually. So let's say I have the text that I want to prepare for the left side of my page. I have the text that I want to appear for the right side of my page. I have my logo selected and my background image selected. When I'm all done, I can click Preview English Form because I've only edited the English form so far. It will pop up the page, and boom, my donation page. I have the logo that I uploaded for the top of the page. I have the background image that I selected, the content on the left side of the page, and the content on the right side of the page in blue. I have the donation sums that I've selected, the 17 currencies that I've selected, the frequencies that I've selected, and I asked to include a project bar, and here are the bars. Here are the projects that I have in my system. So basically I've created my donation form. I can then go back. Now I can edit my Hebrew text if I want. Remember that when you click on the Hebrew tab, you need to also upload images for the Hebrew page. I'm going to put my Hebrew logo here actually instead of my English logo, but I have the same background image. For my Hebrew text, I'm going to write just something dummy for now. Text, blah, blah, blah. And for the right side of my page, I'm also going to put something dummy. Just so we demonstrate. Text. And then I could preview my Hebrew form. And then you'll see your Hebrew donation form with your Hebrew logo at the top, your Hebrew content on the right side, and your Hebrew content here on the left side, which was my dummy text for now. The Hebrew sums that I selected, all the currencies that I selected in Hebrew, different donation frequencies, and my projects if my donor wants to dedicate a project. And the rest of the donation forms is similar to what you have, the ability to donate through credit card or PayPal in a super simple way. You can then edit and manage your donation forms at any time. Just head into the MYSITE custom donation forms and click on My MySite Forms. You'll then see a list of all the donation pages that you've created. Here's the last one that I created, Great Times. I can preview it in English and Hebrew, edit the page and go back on the wizard, or click on Delete and delete what I've done. The last part of the donation form is creating the email confirmation that will be sent to the donor once the donation is made. That's the email in the name of your organization thanking him for his donation. And this too you can create and brand. Just click on Email Confirmations and you'll head into the wizard where you can create and edit your email confirmations. Firstly, you'll see before you all the email confirmations you may have made in the past. To create a new email confirmation, first decide the currency of the confirmation that you'd like to send. So if I want to create an Israeli shekel email confirmation, the email that would be sent to somebody who makes a donation in Israeli shekels, I'll click on this first button. I'll then first select the language of the email confirmation. We have different email confirmations for donations made in Hebrew as opposed to English. Let's say I want to select English. I then decide whether this email confirmation is the general email confirmation that will be sent when general donations are made to my organization, or if I want an email confirmation for a specific project. A specific project means that if somebody donates to a specific project of yours, they can get a specific email. So if they donate to a birthday party project, you can send them an email that thanks them for the donation specifically to that project. I can simply choose the projects that I have in my system, or I can choose a general email confirmation. Down here is where I will enter the text from my email confirmation. Now notice there's a lot of numbers in brackets, and these correspond to the fields that you see here on the left, fields that we automatically merge into the email. We recommend that you try not to touch them, but rather just add text after them. So thank you for your donation of 1113 means you thank you for your donation of sum and currency. So $5 to your organization. Then you can change the text here. Instead of your generosity is much appreciated, you could change to text, whatever you like, and create the email confirmation to meet exactly your needs. Then you will click Save to save the email confirmation. And now it's saved in the system and appears here right at the top. Receipt NISEN is my new email confirmation. Let's say I want to create another one for Hebrew. I'll click into Hebrew. I want it for general, and here's the Hebrew text that I can go in and edit at will, and then click Save. If I want to create an email confirmation for international currencies, I don't have the full length of independence like I do for Israeli shekels, and that's because the email confirmations in foreign currencies are sent by our partner organizations in the US, Canada, and UK, but I can merge in a personal message into their email that's sent out. So first of all, I'll select a currency. Let's say I want to merge in a message into the email confirmation that American Support for Israel sends to my US donors. I'll click US as currency and then enter the personal message that I want to be included. This is about my organization. And then I'll click Save. And then my US email confirmation is saved, receipt_US. Now, how does it look in practice when the donor gets the email? This is an example of an email that I've received from an organization that created this branded email. Tag me here with its logo at the top. Here are the text fields that were merged in. And here's the content of the email itself, which they branded and personalized exactly as they want. In this case, this organization is also using our digital e-receipting function, which you can read about on the IsraelGives website. And so the receipt itself is included as a PDF, fully recognizable according to section 46 of the tax code. Simple enough? We think so.